So, The Crown is a Netflix TV show that aired in 2016. Its third season's coming out soon. So that's why I decided to actually watch season 1 and 2 in preparation for season 3. It's a show I've heard about a lot because at the Golden Globes and the Emmys, it did win a heck of a lot of awards. So there must be something good about this show. And for those of you who don't know, it follows the story of Queen Elizabeth II, played by Claire Foy, and her husband, played by Matt Smith, and the events that shaped the second half of the 20th century. Now, this is a show that easily could have been dull, boring, slow, meanders, but it's actually a good show. I don't think it's perfect, but I do think it's a good show. Firstly, let me just get it out of the way. The acting across the board is incredible. I think the standout, though, is John Lithgow as Winston Churchill. He is outstanding. I would go so far as to say it's the best rendition of Winston Churchill, even better than Gary Oldman for Slowest Hour. That's what I like to call it, Darkest Hour. Darkest Hour, my mistake. Because with that film, that was just slow, hodgepodge. It was good acting, but mostly makeup. John Lithgow owns Winston Churchill. Not only does the little bit of makeup that's used help enhance the performance, but it's also just the mannerisms, the way he sounds, the accent. It's great. The acting across the board is incredible, as I already mentioned. The costume design is very luscious, perfect, very meticulous with the time period. It's well shot. If you go on Netflix, it's in 4K Ultra. So clearly they want you to see every single detail. And it shows because it's well shot. It's presented handsomely. And at the same time, it has this flow of very much so a lot of interest that's going on. Like all these events that you may not have known or you've seen in other films or TV shows. But the way they go about it, it keeps your interest, at least in season 1. I think season 1 is far superior than season 2. Season 1 is a bottle season of just pure interest. Like I was interested throughout the first season. Second season, I didn't hate. I think it's good. I'll get to that in the negatives. But for now, I'm just going to say this. It's a handsomely presented show. It's well acted. The story is fascinating for the most part. And you just can't help but want to binge watch all 20 episodes right now, obviously, because the third season will be coming out soon. All that being said, let's get to the negative. So, as I mentioned, season 2, I think, dipped in quality. I don't think it was horrendous by any means, but I do think there were some episodes that just weren't that interesting or were actually kind of slow. It wasn't like the first season where there was a slow burn, but it was still fascinating because of the directing and everything. Season 2, the directing and the pacing weren't as tight, I felt. I wasn't as invested in the characters in the show. And I don't know why, to be honest, other than I think that it just wasn't as strong directing and writing. And again, that's just speculation because, again, with film and TV shows, it's subjective. But to me, that's where I think the problem was lying because season 1 was really good. Season 2, it just kind of dipped. And that's why I can't give the show as high of a rating as I would like to because, at the end of the day, this isn't one of those shows where I'm going to be like, you know what? I recommend it to all. Because at the end of the day, if you're into history, you probably have already seen this show or you want to check it out. And I would say check it out. But if you're looking for a bingeable show that will stick with you, this might not be that show because with 2 seasons in, you have one season that's really, really good, and then you have another season that it's just good. And that might be okay for some, but it might be a turnoff for others. So for me personally, I'm going to give The Crown a 4.25 out of 5-star rating, which for those who like a hot sauce rating, good old Louisiana Pure Crystal hot sauce. Again, it's a good show. It hit all the marks for me. Second season just wasn't as good, unfortunately. And I know I've been saying that, a lot in this review, but that's the truth, at least in my point of view. So guys, The Crown, if you'd like to hear my expanded thoughts on this show, ask them down in the comment section down below. And if you have seen the show, let me know your thoughts. Do you think season 2 is better than season 1? Do you like season 1 more? Did you get a couple episodes in and decide it wasn't for your cup of tea? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.